Welcome to the HMO Property Show. By investors, for investors. Catch us weekly as we discuss all things cash flow positive property investing. Whether you're a seasoned investor, a new landlord, or just curious about property investing, this is the podcast for you. Sponsored by the Co-Living Collective, your trusted partner in creating vibrant and sustainable shared living experiences. Visit us at colivingcollective.com.au to learn more.
Welcome back to the HMO Property Show. I'm your host Neil Gibb, and I'm getting more and more people reaching out to me over the last 6 to 8 weeks with properties that they already own and they want to convert into HMOs. As a business, we really turned the tap off when it came to helping investors purchase established properties that we can convert into HMOs, because we just didn't see the value in the market anymore. And if we look at Perth as a whole, and we have Perth, the CBD in the centre, and then to the north we've got Butler, to the south we've got Mandurah. When we were doing this in 2016, 2017, 2018, when the market was generally a lot quieter and a lot of the investors were over east, we were picking up 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom properties with games rooms and theatre rooms, 15 to 20Ks from the CBD for $400,000, $450,000. And I'm looking at them numbers now and I'm like, wow, because them same properties now are worth $800,000, $900,000. And we are pushed further and further towards the Butlers and the Mandurahs to even find a property that can stack up and be cash flow positive with the price points of the day, the conversion costs of the day, and the interest rates of today. So in this podcast today, what I would like to share with you is what we look for when we're out there trying to find established properties, because we actually don't help investors search for established properties anymore. We just do new builds. So if you've got an existing property and you think, oh, maybe my floor plan's adaptable, get yourself onto YouTube and watch this podcast episode on YouTube, because I'm going to be sharing a lot of floor plans with you that we can change. And I've actually pulled these floor plans from realestate.com. So if you're fast, some of these properties might still be live. I'll show you exactly how we search for them on realestate.com. I'll show you how we work on the floor plan, and then I'll take you through how we make the numbers work. I'll try and keep this within 35 to 45 minutes like I normally do with my podcast episodes. However, it can go longer because this was a large part of our business for a very long time. So what I will do, I'll just make my head a little bit smaller. There we go. Right, here we have realestate.com, right? I always put it in a map view. And what I do in map view is I go to property type, and I generally go for 4-bedroom. Sometimes I look for 3 bathrooms. Sometimes I look for 3 bathrooms. Generally look for 2 bathrooms, but I'm going to look for 3 in this specific one. And then in this keyword down here, I'm going to type in theatre, because we want to look specifically for properties with 3 bathrooms and 3 theatre rooms. So it's just pulled out quite a lot of properties from the market there already. Now, what I'm also going to do, I'm going to put a maximum price in there of 1.2 mil, because you'll find out in the numbers when I take you through the feasibility, you'll find out that anything over $1 million doesn't really stack up, guys. Not in today's market. Wow, look at that. We've gone down from 400 and something properties down to 52. It's actually still not too bad, right? So we will delve into a couple of properties here. So this one in Rivervale. I've already got this open for you. 150B, Surrey Street, Rivervale. Now, we've got the floor plan available, which is really good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull in my iPad screen, and I'm going to show you what we would look for when we work on this floor plan. Like I say, this deal is live now on realestate.com, depending on when you listen to the podcast. Today is the 20th of August. So what I do on my iPad, I don't need to do this on my iPad, but for the purpose of this exercise, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to move my head over there. So what I would do is highlight my bedrooms that I've already got. So I've got a bedroom there, I've got a bedroom there, I've got a bedroom there, and I've got a bedroom there. The next thing I do is I change that colour and I look at the common areas. Colour, Mr. Gibb, colour. I look at my common areas, and then I look at this other bedroom, this living space just down here, which I'm going to colour in pink. So they're essentially the areas that we can work with, right? The other bedrooms there, you know, the sizes of them. Bedroom 2's got its own ensuite, perfect. It's 3.1 by 3.6 square meters in dimension-wise, width versus height. Bedroom 3 is 3.1 by 3.8. That's a good sized bedroom, but not big enough to get an ensuite in there. Bedroom 4 is 3.1 by 3.8 as well. And they're sharing that bathroom in the centre there, which is pretty handy because the water closet is separate, as you can see there. And the bathroom is separate as well, which means that somebody can use the toilet while the other person is brushing the teeth or something like that, or having a shower. Then we've got the master bedroom there. They've got their own ensuite and their own walk-in wardrobe, which is fantastic because... No, they don't have their own walk-in wardrobe. That's a walk-in linen. So it's still good because that bedroom's got its own ensuite. So I wouldn't particularly change anything in them areas there to make this any better, because putting an ensuite in is quite expensive. And if you try and put an ensuite in a bedroom 3 or bedroom 4 just to give them their own ensuite, I don't believe the return on investment is good enough to warrant putting the cash into that. You could put that cash into somewhere else and probably get a better return. So the next thing to look at, right, is this bedroom, this living room here, right? It's got a bit of an awkward sort of shape here. Be ideal if it was square, but it's not, but we'll see what we can do, right? The plumbing line on this house will probably run down here, and all of these things will drop into that plumbing line, including that kitchen sink there. Now for us to convert this living room here, we need to hope and pray that the sewer junction is here, because if it's at the back here, then that means that's the lowest point there. Whoop. That means that's the lowest point and this is the highest point. And we all know shit falls downhill, right? So if this is the lowest point and this is the highest point, that means everything's going to fall this way. And that means this is very deep. And that means getting a drain or a sewer from there to connect into this should be relatively easy for the team. Now, if we had to go from there and we had to go all the way up the back of the house and all the way around there, that it can be done, but it's expensive and it just adds more and more cost to the installation of the ensuite. Let's get rid of some of these lines. Right, so let's pretend the sewer junction is here. By the way, if you want to find out where your sewer junction is, just go to your go to your web browser and type in plumber flimsy Perth, and it will take you to this drainage plumbing diagrams from Commerce WA, and you can type in the address for the property that you want, and you have to pay for them, but they'll send you what's called a flimsy. It essentially shows you where all the sewer is, like I've just drawn on that plan there, and it'll show you where the deep part is, where the shallow part is, and then you can work out if you need to get a connection into there. Just notice there. No, it doesn't show you on that. Right, so we're trying to look at this bedroom here. We could, if this isn't a wall, we could just build a wall there with a door in it, right? And then we could have this living room, which would be then become bed 5. We could have these guys walking through here to use this toilet in this bathroom. Not ideal, and it would affect the room rate. However, you can. I'll still put that as bed 5. We could install an ensuite in here. Now the problem that we've got, this bit is 5.9. Oh, I hate it when it does this on my iPad. Stop it. Stop it, technology. You're making me look like a fool. Right, so that's 3.7 and that's 5.9. Ideally, we want our bedroom sizes to be 3 meters by 3 meters minimum. If you've got a 2.4 by 2.9, that's too small, guys. You'll still rent it out. However, it will rent. You'll only get a single bed in there. You'll struggle to get a good price for it. and we want to provide people with good accommodation, right? So going back to here, we can probably get an ensuite in this section here, right? Put it in red. Now it is going to block up this window here. It's not the end of the world. You probably put your toilet there, your basin there, and then your shower at this end, and your door in the middle. Now this ensuite here would be 1.2 by 2 meters. Now we've got 3.7 going down here, so you'd end up with 1.7 in this gap here, if that makes sense. But the most important section is what have we got here from this section to this section. So we had 5.9, we've took away 1.2, that leaves us with 4.7 meters. That's a good size. So our bedroom space there will be 4.7 by 3.7. That's still a really good size bedroom, guys, so that is a goer. The only problem that we've got there is it's only 5 bedrooms, and today's high price point, high conversion cost, high interest rates, room rates haven't crept up as high as what they used to be to get us a really good cash flow positive return on this. And I'll take you through a feasibility now to show you how that would work. Now a lot of people would, I'm just going to move my head, I'll make my head smaller because I'm blocking up half the screen. Sorry guys if you're watching this on the YouTube. A lot of inexperienced people would look at this now and go, well, why can't we just convert that games room into a bedroom? It looks possible, doesn't it? It looks feasible. We can leave a little walkway up here. If I just draw that a little bit neater. There you go. You've still got your access out here to the alfresco. You've still got your access out there to the dining room. This is a potential. This is a potential. The problem that you've got is the area that you've got left over is small. And I wouldn't say these bedrooms are big enough to take away so much of the common area, to take away the seating area for them to come out and watch TV. Because if this is still a games room technically, and you've took away your living room, then where do people sit to watch TV if they're not in the bedroom? And we want to provide affordable, convenient, and build community. They're the 3 things that a HMO provides to the market. That's why people want it, right? Affordable, convenient, and community. Now, if we're taking away the common area, so all they've got is a kitchen and a dining area, and in that dining area, you're going to have a table with some chairs around it. Now, the people from over east that we've rubbed shoulders with in the past, they would take that common area out of there and make the common area smaller. I'm not a big fan of it. We've tried it in the past, you know, and now we've done over 150 of these, and I would say 85 to 90% of them are conversions like this. What we've learned is the common areas in Perth, unless you are in Victoria Park where you've got micro apartments. Let me take a step back. The common areas in a conversion like this are more important than the common areas in a new build. Why? The new builds, especially the ones that we've done in the likes of Vic Park and stuff like that, the bedrooms are, you see here we've got 3.1 by 3.8. Our bedrooms in them Victoria Park new builds that we did, for instance, they were like 4.2 by 4.5, massive. Double beds, TVs, wardrobes, sofa, table and chairs, kitchenettes. There's in a bedroom that's 3.1 by 3.8, you can't get them things in, right? You're literally going to get a bed in there. There's no wardrobe in them bedrooms either. No sliding robe, so you're going to have to put a wardrobe in there. So all of these things take away real estate from that room, and it doesn't feel as comfortable and attractive to somebody that wants a bigger space, or a space with a bedroom and then a common area. So unfortunately, I would pass on this floor plan because I don't believe that games room should be converted. I feel that games room should be left as common space. Should probably put a TV there, and should probably put some sort of L-shaped sofa there. Again, I don't get too involved in the furniture packs in the HMOs anymore, because my team do a much better job than me, and I generally say something and they go, no, we're not doing that, we're going to do this. And that's why they work with me, because they're experts and they're really good at what they do. So I would leave that like that. So let's look at the bedrooms that we've got now. We've still got the master bed here, right? Let's look at, this is, where were we? We were in Rivervale, good area. Let me just quickly pull up. So on my other screen here, which unfortunately I can't share, I've got the property management software that we use. And I am looking at properties that we've got in Rivervale right now. Now my team are on a mission, because the rental market's increased so much. It's only natural that room rates increase in line with them, right? They generally rent out for a percentage or a fraction of what it would do to rent a full house, apart from you've got a fully furnished property with all bills included, and it's convenient for people, right? So generally between like 30 to 50% of what it would cost to rent a property in that same area. Now a master bedroom, that master bedroom number one there, we've got similar things to that now in Rivervale. 330 to 350 per week for that room there. Now these two smaller bedrooms, bed 3 and bed 4, we are probably looking at 250 to 275. Might squeeze 300 in them, but don't forget, when we're renewing rents in these properties, we can only increase them a certain amount, right? We're not going to just all of a sudden put an extra $150 on there because we're supposed to be providing affordable accommodation, right? I've seen some room rates on some properties that are being advertised online right now, and I'm thinking, you will never get that room rate. We know, we're testing markets all the time. If we bought a property in that suburb, let's say we brought another property into Rivervale right now, we'd probably put the room rates higher than this one to test the market and see what it's like. We don't feel like it's fair to just crank the room rate up $100, which is 30 to 50% additional on top of what you're normally being paying to rent a room in these areas. But when we bring a new property in, we'll rent that one up higher, and then we'll bring that one up to that, bring the existing one up to that cost as well. So let's say 250 to 275 for that one there, and then you've got this other bedroom here. Again, I'm going to put 330 to 375. Sorry, 350. And then if we do this same here, 330 to 350 for that room there. Let's get my calculator out. Trusty calculator. And we work it out on the higher side. So 350 plus 275 plus 275 plus 350 plus 350. All right, you got $1,600 a week. Can't remember what this property is on the market for. Expressions of interest, the old classic. No real estate agent wants to put their neck on the line nowadays and say, oh, I think this property's worth this much. Rivervale, let me just do quick. It's definitely potentially, what sold just recently like it. Yeah. They don't like telling you too much about this, right? Adam Gizzo is a good agent. I'm just going to pull out Rivervale suburb profile, right? Median sales price $720. Wow, that shocked me. I thought it was going to be a lot higher than that. 4 bedroom. This is a 4 bed, so $864. So let's do this times 52 is 83,000. Now, if you're paying $864 for that property, you're probably going to have to spend another 150-ish on conversion and stuff like that. maybe not, maybe 120. So let's say 860 plus 120 plus your stamp duty. All of a sudden you're in there for $1 million, right? So divide that by a mil, and you're getting an 8 point something return. 8.32 return. Not too bad. But if you get that extra bedroom in there, it makes all the difference. So let's quickly pull up my trusty fees. All right, I'm going to put 864 in there, and I'm going to say we've got a 20% deposit. Stamp duty is just calculated at 3.5%. It might be a little bit higher. It might be 35 grand at 864. Shall I have a quick look on the stamp duty calc? Property value 864. And by the way, guys, the chances of you getting it for 864 in Perth right now is probably slim, because it's hot to trot out there. 36 grand. Yeah, what did I say? 35? That's 36, roughly. Right, so you've got a 691k mortgage for your stamp duty. I'm just going to take buyer's agency fee out there because you're doing this yourself, right? For your stamp duty, 20% deposit, and yeah, you need $208,000. Now, conversion on the other side of this, right? We are putting in only one ensuite, so I'm going to put 30k in there for the ensuite. There might be some additional PowerPoints that we need in each of the bedrooms. Don't forget, when a lot of these houses were built, they weren't built with the future in mind. This looks like an older house that's been renovated pretty well. It's actually really tidy inside. Now, let's look at this space just here, right? This is the edge of that wall is where we said we're going to build that wall out from to create that bedroom on this section here. I'll just pull my floor plan back in. So if we build that wall out, what we're saying is we're going to build along here, and then we're going to build up there, and then we're going to build across there and create this into a bedroom. So when you look at that floor plan, or when you look at that picture, if we build all out there, and you, I mean, that table's going to be squeezed up against this breakfast bar for starters. Yep. Because that table's going to have to move across into the center of that door. So it's going to be tiny out there, guys. So again, I'm backing myself by saying I would not convert that games room into another room. Just too small. So, well, the room would be a decent size, but you wouldn't get an ensuite in there either, because it's 5.9 by 4.3. That's 5.9. We've got to take away the walkway there and then put the ensuite in. It just wouldn't work. It's a tidy little house though. Very nice. It's got a swimming pool as well, so we probably wouldn't HMO with a swimming pool. We've got a few of them with swimming pools that we look after. Doesn't need a great deal doing to it, so I'm not gonna take these carpets out and just put some vinyl plank flooring down. Might need a bit of a tidy up. It's a tidy little property though, so where's my feasibility gone? New ensuite, so I'm just going to put $2 grand in there for additional stuff. Then carpets, replace them with hybrid. Oof, I'm probably out of touch with this. I'm going to put $8 grand in there for now, right? And then garden tidy up. Looks pretty tidy already, so I'm probably going to take that out and just put $500 in there just to get someone round. Right, one thing that's missing off here, fire safety. And council lodgements. So that's probably going to cost you another 15-ish. That's getting draftees involved, etc, etc, etc. Righto, so the total cash to do this deal, and this is real high level, guys. I might, look, clean, we're probably going to put some money in there for a clean. Cleaners are like rock stars nowadays, by the way. If you try to hire one, I remember when our cleaner used to be $30. That's doubled. Yeah. Concrete resurfacing, we might need some, because when we look at the, we're going to be trying to get this ensuite from here to here, through the carport and out to the front of the house. Let's have a look at the front of that house again. That's the carport there, so we're going to be digging up all this nice new driveway to get the sewer junction. So we're going to have to pay to get all that put back down as well. So I'm going to put $2,000 in there. Right on. So we're all in, 108 grand. Furniture pack 35. Has got me furniture pack in there. Yep. Cool. 317k. Right on. Let's put our numbers in. Bedroom 1 was the existing ensuite. We've got 350 a room in there. Bedroom 2, which was the other property, the other bedroom with the other ensuite, we're going to put 350 in there. Bedroom 3 and 4 were the 2 rooms in the middle that were shared bathrooms. We're going to put 275 in there. And then we're going to convert that last bedroom into a bedroom. It's going to be 350 a room. So this isn't looking too bad, right? You could potentially pick this up and make $4 grand a year cash flow positive. In Rivervale, not too bad. On the doorstep from the CBD. God, I'm 25 minutes in. I've only gone through the first property. See what I mean, guys? I could talk about this stuff, specifically this stuff, because we did so much of it. I could talk about this for hours. So if you want to go for another 30 minutes, strap yourself in, because I'll go through a few more floor plans for you in a minute. Now, if we converted that games room in that property into bedroom number 6, I don't think we get an ensuite in there, because I think it'd be too small. And I think we could potentially reduce the room rate on the other rooms. You might get away with it in this market, guys, but we've got to think long term, right? Is the Perth market always going to be this hot? I don't think it is. Will it balance itself back out at some point? Yes. When will that happen? Potentially in the next 3 to 5 years. I think right now we're in so much of a pickle, a mess, a delta in the way of accommodation that's out there for the people that need it. It's going to take a long time for us to catch back up and just get back to a balanced market. We've got to think long term, right? If we do that, we've got another 275 room, right? All of a sudden we start making some good money. My interest rate here is at 6% interest only, which is pretty good. So not actually too bad. I actually buy this property, looking pretty good. Yeah, so that's the first one we're going to look at, right? If you've got a floor plan like that, the potential to do some good work with it, but just be careful that you don't take away them common areas. You need to leave them a good size. Right, this is in Hocking. We've got some properties in Hocking as well. Let's have a quick look at the floor plan. Looks like a monster. I've already downloaded it on my iPad for you. Here we go again. This is a beast. Absolutely no doubt in my mind that this is convertible, and we'll get 6 bedrooms out with this. So let's work our way through it again. I'm just going to make my dabber a little bit smaller because she's a bit big. Right on. So we've got bedroom 1 down here. That's better. Bedroom 1, we've got your own walk-in robe, you've got your own toilet, your own ensuite, your own jacuzzi bath. Very nice. Bedroom 2. We've got another ensuite there. Very nice. And they've got their own walk-in robe. Very good. Bedroom 3. Oof. Got their own ensuite again. This is looking like a good one, guys. Hocking is a pretty good area for this as well. Right up. And then they're saying down here they've got bedroom 5, but we'll have a look at bedroom 4 here, right? There's something we can do here which would be pretty cool. What I do like about this particular floor plan, you've got a sliding door there and you've got a sliding door there. Now sometimes in these properties, what they do is they only have the sliding door in the theatre room, and then we convert this into a theatre room, and all of a sudden we lose the access to the outside unless we convert this window into a door. I know it's already a door here, but generally that would be a fixed glass pane. So this is a good one because it's got the 2 access points. So the common thing to do here would be, obviously, put the 1 door in so we can put our specific digital door lock on. Now 5.3 by 2.5. Now if we put our ensuites in again, let's make them 1.2. Let's make them a little bit bigger, 1.4. that would mean we'd end up with 3.9 by 4.2. Now the cool thing we can do here is we can put 2 en-suites in. These en-suites would be 1.4 by half of 4.2, 1.2. Going to be tight. We've seen them smaller than that, but it's doable. If anything, we could potentially move that out a little bit further, like so. We could even make them 1.5, 1.3, take it down to 4. So to make that 3.5 by 4.2, that would mean probably going to make en-suites about is so big. Why are we putting 2 in there? Because we're going to cut a hole through this wall here so that this is en-suite 4 and this is bed, what are we calling this? I'm going to call this bed 5, right? And this is en-suite 4. This is en-suite 5. Because I'm going to leave this property, I'm going to leave that room vacant, right? Why? Because when we look at this and we look at our common area, I'm going to put my big dabber on this one because it's big. Common area is huge. Common area is huge. What have we got right below it? An absolute cracker of a space, which we can just build a passage down there. And then you've got this absolutely ginormous dining lounge, bedroom 6. This is a good property, guys. Like, you could really make some good purchases here with the properties that I'm showing you. 77 Manchester Drive. Let's have a quick squeeze through this. Tidy, solid pool. It's actually a really nice house. Oh, the old man shed there. Yes. Kitchen is good. Flooring's good. Wow. It's a tidy little house, guys. Team. Not too bad. I mean, you could do with modernising, but you wouldn't waste the money on it because that will suit somebody down to the ground. Perfect big space there. We're not going to touch that, remember, because we've got this massive space here. So we'd have to fill in this, not a problem. We'd have to build a wall here, not a problem, because then you've got, look at the size of that room, it's absolutely ginormous. We'll go back to my floor plan. Where are we going to get? So you could cut through the garage to your sewer junction if it's out there, or you could get out of this back wall here to your sewer junction if it's out there, because it looks like your sewer run is there. Now again, I'm not going online and checking out the flimsies, guys, so full disclosure, if you want to buy this property because of what I'm showing you now, check where the sewer junction is, because I haven't checked. Bedroom 6 is a monster. You could potentially put ensuite there, cut out the garage like I said. That's a huge bedroom. That is a cracker. So I'm just going to put our 2 new en-suites, our 2 new bedrooms. That's that one there. And then we've got this huge one here. Probably I'm going to have to just notice there we've got a door that we're going to have to close up there, and we're going to have to close that up there. But you know, all part of the cost. So we're looking at there 3 en-suites. Now this is where it starts getting interesting, right? Hocking. What is median house price in Hocking? Probably should have checked this one before I got on, but suburbs, Hocking. $700,000 median house price. Again, we were buying in Hocking. We were buying in Hocking for sub 5s at some point. All right. So it's looking like a 4-bed median house price is 760. This is a bit of a monster of a property, so I'd probably put another 100 grand on this. So let's say we're paying 850 for this one, right? There's our trusty feasibility. Very similar pricing to the other property. We're going to put 3 en-suites in, so it's going to be around 90 grand in en-suites alone. Painting the full house, yeah, probably it's a big house as well. I'm going to put 14 grand in for there, but we're just splitting hairs here with the figures that I've already got in. Flooring is probably going to be a lot more because there's a lot more carpets to remove and replace there, so I'm going to put 12,500 in. These are just figures. What was the gardens like? Tidy. It's a good house, really good house. I might buy this one as well. Yep. Yeah, beautiful. Beauty. All right. Where's my feasibility gone? And now I'm going to pull up some live room rates of Hocking. Right, so Hocking room rates are similarish. 375 for room 5 there. Wowza. Right, so bed 1 is a monster, right? I'm going to put 375 on that. And they're all singles in there. Okay. Room 2, that's got the ensuite, and so is room 3. Room 4. This is going to be a 6x6. There you go. So I'm going to put 350, 350, 350. Bedroom 6 is a monster. Bedroom 4 and 5 are a little bit smaller. I'm going to put 325 in for them. And then I'm going to put 450 in. 425 in for that one. Wow. If someone doesn't buy this property, guys, it is a good one. I think it's actually under offer. Yeah, it's under offer. I'm thinking to myself, yeah, this is actually a good little property. So there you go, guys. That is a good one. I would definitely buy that property if we were still doing established conversions, and if you've got 385 grand spare. And this is the problem that we had, right? When we started, or when prices started to just creep up, and I would, like Rockingham, we were buying properties there for 350. Now they've all got 6s in front of them. Mandurah, like, yeah, just so many investor groups have came through now, and they've bought in these low price point property, low price point suburbs, and they push the prices up so far. I just look at them now and think, I just can't justify paying that much money in them suburbs, knowing historically what they've cost, but more importantly, historically, what happened last time they rose and they come back down. Now, these low price point suburbs are starting to squeeze into the mid price point now, and you just don't see value when you can buy, pay $750,000 for a 4x2 in Mandurah, or $850,000 for a 4x2 in Success or Hammond Park or somewhere like that. Much better suburb, much closer to the CBD, much better amenity, much better everything. So this middle to high price bracket of the market needs to move before these low price point suburbs start looking valuable again. Anyway, that's my rant over. I will now take you through one more. That's a monster, no doubt on my mind. That could be done as well. It's an absolute beast. This one is on, again, yeah, there's no point in me going through that, guys. You can see that could be done. Oop, pardon me. 1, 2, 3, 4, your games room, your dining lounge. That's again another easy one for you to convert. What I will show you, a lot of people reach out to me with 3x2s, 4x2s, and I just want to show you how how they don't work. And I have this floor plan on my iPad here, and I'll quickly take you through what can be done. So this is actually an interesting 3x2. A lot of people that have 3x2s don't have these, the separate lounge area. That family room there is gonna be tightish to get anything in, but we've got bedroom 1 there, bedroom 2, the bedroom 3. Let's go through the process that I always run. We've got beautiful neon pink for this one. Bedroom 1 is there, bedroom 2 is there, bedroom 3 is there, right? These guys have obviously got shared bathroom, and if we just look at these price points now, Shoalwater, that's in Rockingham. Okay, so Rockingham, Shoalwater, them type of areas, Waikiki. Again, I think I got sidetracked earlier. What I was saying is a lot of investors have poured into these low price point suburbs, the Rockinghams, the Manduras, blah, 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 blah. They push prices up quite a lot, right? But the other thing that they've done is they've now flooded these areas with investment properties, and where previously there might have only been 3 to 4, 5, maybe 10% of investment stock available for people to rent. Now it might be like 30, 35, 40%. There's been a lot of investors moved into these areas because the yields were there at the time, right? But what we're seeing now is they've flooded these areas with investment properties, and these areas now are taking longer to rent out. It's the same in HMO world, because now all of a sudden there's a lot of properties down there for them to rent, and people are going, well, do I rent a room, or do I try and negotiate on this property because it's been sat in the market now for 3 weeks and the price is dropping down and down and down. Some people that are renting HMOs at the minute are just getting priced out the market and are sick of missing out on certain properties. A lot of them are people that actually need this style of accommodation, right? So back to this. Again, I wouldn't be... The obvious thing here is bed 4. And then it starts getting a little bit dicey, right? 4 meters by 4.2. What you cannot get in there is an ensuite. Because if you build an ensuite here, which is... Oh, it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. I'm going to close that veranda off. So if you build an ensuite in there, which is 1.3 by 2 meters, this here is your 4. All of a sudden, you're down to 2.6 because you've got an ensuite in there. And this is when it starts getting really hard to furnish these rooms and give people a comfortable space to rent and live in, right? The other thing you can potentially look at here is this. Now, I don't know where they're getting that 2.8 meters from. Is it from there to there? But the problem here as well, no ensuite. And that's your ensuite in there. This is, I wouldn't even try and put an ensuite in there, it's just too small. So now you've got this bedroom, this bedroom, this bedroom, and this bedroom all sharing this toilet here. This is where it starts getting, it just takes, it's harder to fill rooms, price points are dropping off, and it's just not worth it. However, the cost to convert this will be relatively low because you're not installing any ensuites. Now, we wouldn't take on the management of this because there's too many bedrooms sharing a bathroom. But if we look at the rest of the property, just move my head. Tidy little property. Oh, actually, beautiful outlook. I know this area pretty well. And then, yeah. Kitchen's a good size. I want to have a look at that little dining room that they've got. That is the lounge, so we just build a wall across there. But again, I don't think that's big enough to get an ensuite in, team. So that looks a little bit weird. What is that? Oh, that is at the back of the house next to bedroom 3. Now this is the dining. You get a bed in there, no ensuite. So I would avoid that one at all cost. Again, it's under offer anyway from 779. Wow. Wow. The market is absolutely bonkers. Now just going back to my feasibility, guys, right? Whoop. This 6x6 that you see in here, you know, you can spend 85 grand less and get yourself a brand new house, 6 bedroom, 6 bathroom, in a good area, and you're putting less money in the deal, and your gross rent would be similar to this, potentially a little bit higher, depending on where it is. What I look at with the HMO is when this is debt free, because whilst the cash flow positive, whilst you're still at work and whilst you don't technically need another 20, 25 grand a year, although it can come in handy if you want a new car or to go on some holidays or something like that. But what I would recommend is using the additional cash flow to pay down the debt on these properties as fast as possible so that your portfolio is debt free, and then you don't have to worry about the RBA cash rate and what they're doing with the cash rate, because your interest rates aren't going to go up or down, you're debt free and you're pumping out as much cash flow as possible. I always look at the total annual income when I'm doing these to see how hard that money in that deal is going to work for me, because once it's debt free, I want as much cash flow as possible coming from my portfolio. So that's how I look at it. This one's gone a little bit longer than I would have wanted to. There was a few of the floor plans there that I was going to go through as well, but thank you very much for your time, guys. If you've got any questions about renovations, if you've got a floor plan that you want me to have a look at that you already own, let me know. If you want to start floating floor plans, fast me so you can go out there and buy them. Unfortunately, I don't have enough time for that, guys, so you're going to have to work that one out yourself. But if you do own the property already, and based on what I've showed you today, it looks like it's got the potential to be converted, then feel free to reach out, give me a shout. I will need a floor plan. I will need dimensions on that floor plan. Please don't send me a floor plan that you've drawn on the back of a cigarette packet or even on a piece of A4 piece of paper. I need drawings like the ones that you've seen in this podcast today, because it makes my life really, really easy. And I can tell you if these things can be converted without me having to leave the office, and definitely don't want to be driving from South Perth to Rockingham to look at people's floor plans for them. So I hope that helps, guys. Any questions, as always, shout out, reach out to me or the team. We'd be happy to help. And remember, every master was once a disaster, and every winner was once a beginner.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you tune in the same time next week so you can stay up to date with all cash flow positive property updates.